up, guys? It's the first crawl 2026. Lugs are out. I'm going to be running my Gen-7 and also the 18th scale. And I'm going to be testing these tires. Should be pretty awesome. Let's do it. But first, let's see what came in the mail. Oh, we gotta open them first. You know, safety. It comes with 4 already made tires, all terrain. Very grippy and supple. Real bead lock. Bad. Also came with some neat decals, extra pieces, and a 4mm and a 5mm wrench. You can see the difference here. It is about 2.5 inches tall and about 1 inch wide. And I've got mine set to the -2mm settings. And if you're wondering why I didn't use the stock tires for comparison, basically there is no comparison. The stock tires wouldn't do anything on the mirror. And if you're testing like this, I was convinced. It was early in the morning. The forest was just waking up. The battery's fully charged, and you could see all the little critters working on their YouTube content. I decided to take on as much challenging trail as I could find. And of course, slow motion footage is a staple. But what I really wanted to do here is show how a heavier tire can give you what I would call a gyroscopic advantage. So when you get the wheels spinning at high RPMs, or as high as they'll go in a crawler, you get a little extra stability. You can see me here testing out some wet rocks, easily getting through that. And watch me power through this little slippery section here, just to make it safely to some nice grippy moss. Yeah, I did just do that. And you can see my chain container for my 10th scale. I'm going to go ahead and run that over. Easy with portals. And I had to watch where I put my hands and sat down. This forest was really alive with insects that like to bite. A lot of little crawlers running around. But I've been eyeballing this little section of trail for a while now. And finally it rained enough where it washed away a lot of rock, small rocks and dirt, and it left us with what you see here. And I'll admit, I tried this before and realized I couldn't crawl up it, and that's why I jumped it. But you know, I cut it to make it look like I knew what I was doing. And then I purposely decided to keep continuing this way. Ooh, look, a seashell. But yeah, anyways, I decided to keep continuing this way because I was having trouble just walking up this. This is very steep, and these are advertised as an all-terrain tire, and they are pretty soft and sticky and grippy. So I wanted to see how well it would do on a dry dirt type of situation. And you'll see pretty quickly that I found the limits of these tires right about here is when I should have gave up. Cut. And you can see me driving off defeated. And yeah, there's this interesting little red insect saying hi. Or maybe it said hi. I said hi. Here we are with muddy, dirty tires. I decided to demonstrate a little more of that gyroscopic effect I was telling you about. And also there's an increased lower center of gravity. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, the gravity, lowered center of gravity from an all-metal tire is indicative of success. You can see me dominating. And yeah, that was a bird. And I would say the only issue really I ever had was like either looking so boss that I thought I was showing off, or there was like human mistakes. Oh, don't worry. I'll recover. I'll drive off angrily. And then do something like that. Perfect dry spring day. Perfect time to test out a set of tires and maybe just go crawling for fun. I've talked about my Gen-7, modified Gen-7 in the past, but let me go over it a little bit now. It does have a frame that I've cut off a couple inches in the front and a few other choice modifications, but mostly I was interested in getting a better lower center of gravity and better flex. Let's talk about these tires. Compared to stock, it's night and day difference. Even with cut stock tires, I've tried it. I do have content about that. I've never tested any extremely expensive tires, but I've had other generic tires as well. And HobbySoul seems to be the best for the bang. And these tiny little bead locks are incredible looking. It's held up for a couple years now. I only wish I had this exact compound in an all-terrain tire, and also in a probably a super swapper configuration, because this is a mudslinger, and though I don't see a lot of mud, these have still done great for rock crawling. And I did remove the front bumper, and it allows for what you see there. It's a lot better approach with these bigger tires, a better breakover. And I did leave in quite a few mistakes I made right here, but I decided to mess with the flow of the video, so I took them out. So here is me succeeding. They are a bit meaty though, these tires are. They're a little bit heavy. You can see me manhandling this rugged trail. So, in my opinion, it's kind of difficult to score these kinds of things. There we go. Because it's so small, it's kind of hard to get it wrong. I would have to say on 0 to 10, I would say these are a firm 8, maybe even a 9. I don't like that the lugs are a teeny bit tall. They do slip a little bit, but they are very grippy and tall, and these are a very tall tire, and they don't rub on the stock body at all. I mean, they do, but it doesn't bother me. I haven't needed to lift my vehicle or cut anything. And these do have a real bead lock. I don't know if you can see that in there. The actual bead lock action happens on the inside of the tire. Also, HobbySoul 2.2 mudslingers. These were about $100. Before I saw them on Amazon. You could have told me these were $300 and I would have believed you. All these itty bitty little bead locks work, and you could take it off like a a real vehicle, which is fine if you're a man-child. And I would easily score these a 10 out of 10. I know there are better name brands out there, better compounds, and it's not an 11 because, well, like I said, I really wish I had this in an all-terrain. Well, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Thank you for watching. Let's make the next video even better. Thank you.